Just so you guys know, I'm pretty much Captain Planet.
All right, guys, here we go. Neither of these players are Captain Planet, but in the bottom right part of the map, it is our red Terran player from the team Dignitas, currently 1-1 in the series with his opponent. It is SeleCT, and up at the top left part of the map, in the blue from Infinity 7, it is Axslav, which of course is Valksa backwards.
Valksa.
Valksa.
I'll have to ask Nick the validity of that claim. I'm doubting you right now. I'm not supporting my co-caster.
Well, it's also an anagram for lav sacks as well. But I don't know if that's really
we don't need that sort of language on the stream right now. Okay.
Hey, it doesn't necessarily mean anything untowards.
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway, guys.
At Kevin Naki. Should we just refer to each other as our Twitter IDs?
Oh, at Gosudoa. You're so
at
funny.
Kevin Naki.
God.
What is this?
What a
we
card.
have, up at the front of the base, a supply depot.
That's true. Unlike these are old maps, but you still do need supply depots to build anything else
Well,
now,
see,
so
back in the day...
We can't host this on an
Back
old
in
patch.
the day, you know, it could have been a barracks.
It could have been.
You know?
It could have been a barracks up
Thor
here.
rushes were a thing back
That's
then.
true.
Before you needed to build a supply depot before a barracks, we had people getting Thors on 11 supply and just doing a Thor rush and pulling a lot of SCVs to repair. It was fun times. I liked the Thor rush, actually.
You can say fun if you want.
I talked to Rob Simpson at IPL4, and we were talking about the patch changes and good patch changes and bad ones, and I had some criticism for him. I was like, I really miss my 11 supply Thor rushes. I got to say, I was a bit sad.
You know who doesn't? Every viewer who loves macro games. So,
I suppose.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, look at this. This is a Nexus first on Jungle Basin.
A Nexus first.
Axslav, I love you.
Whoa. Metagame just happening right before our eyes here.
All right, so we have a Nexus first out of Axslav. SeleCT, on the other hand, going for a 1-Rax gasless fastest expander, so it appears he already checked his base. Now, of course, guys, this is Jungle Basin, so a couple of things to note about this map. You have your normal entrance running into the main. You have a second entrance that runs into your main as well. It connects to your natural, but your natural is protected by these destructible rocks. So decide to take down those quick destructible rocks, and you can pretty much do whatever you want inside of your opponent's main because you can attack two places at once.
Yeah, more or less. At least, sometimes when you saw newer players play this map, they would wall in the wrong ramp.
Yeah.
I hated that. I did that the first time I played on Delta Quadrant, which is not in our map pool.
I'm so sad that that's not in our map pool,
I'm sorry,
honestly.
man. We had to make some sort of decision. Oh, but it was
so happy.
I can't actually criticize that map because we're actually casting a game on Jungle Basin.
That's true. I was about to say you have no grounds for this argument here. But
is that these maps aren't bad. They're not bad maps. They're just maps that were created at a time where people just really didn't know how things were going to play out in StarCraft 2. We learned from how the pros showed us how the game was played, and maps changed accordingly.
Oh, look at this. Axslav sends out one of these probes and actually leads the Marines off the line, gives him the time to kill the SCV building the bunker. It allows his photon cannon to go up.
He's a really smart player, man.
Yeah.
He is.
Cool move. I like it.
Well, anyone who's watched Axslav's stream, too, is really, I think you could say, would be impressed by his analysis. He's got a lot of cool stuff to say. And, Forge happening very, very quickly for Axslav as well, in case he needs, what is this?
SeleCT is going for his third command center right now, so trying to out-greed Axslav at the moment. Axslav is deciding to Nexus first into Forge, so he can put that photon cannon up at the front, and, of course, delaying his Gateway, Cybernetics Core, Warp Gate Tech, etc.
Gateway,
for quite a while.
Gateway Forge was very, very common back in the day. In the early StarCraft 2, a lot of Protoss players against Zerg were walling off at their choke with gateway, and then sending 2 gateway zealots at their opponents while they got their Nexus and stuff. So it was a very different time. But Axslav, definitely using things a little bit different from the norm here. He's getting his Robo Bay now, getting his Warp Gate research started here.
Yes, he is.
It's going to be good to get that Observer out.
Yeah, I believe so as well, especially because he'll especially want to see what his opponent is doing right now. SeleCT actually running up the right-hand side of the map with a couple of Marines, and they're going to be able to pick up on anything that makes their way out there. Could start working at those destructible rocks, of course. Axslav on top of that. He does have a pylon in place to monitor the health of the destructible rocks. SeleCT, though, no such supply depot to do the same.
It's kind of funny seeing all this. You can tell that even though it's been a long time, these players still really remember these maps and remember how to play on them. So SeleCT checking that place where so many people tried to sneak a base. Hey, look, it's Ursadak Calf. That's the child of...
I know.
Unit/name/Ursadak female 2. Of course. Who could ever forget the name of that unit, man?
That's true.
Yeah,
ESP map makers. Well done.
That's right. So it's so you can tell that both these guys kind of are aware of the cheesy stuff that happened from time to time on these maps in the past.
You know somewhere Diamond is actually just pulling his hair out right now that we're having this tournament.
All you have to do is change it and upload a new version. Just saying. I'm just saying. But now that unit's become sort of a integral part of the map, I'd be disappointed if it got changed.
Yes. Oh, I mean, Diamond's probably pulling his hair out as well, just because we're using these maps, to be honest.
Could be. But here's the thing right now. Select's putting a bunker up at the front.
Yes,
and he doesn't really need to worry about aggression quite yet. You can tell he's a little bit unsure about the timings for what Axslav is doing. As you can see, Axslav, it's going to be a little while before he moves out with anything. So a little bit of an early bunker from Select, but it's not going to really cause any problems. I mean, it's certainly better safe than sorry. He does pick off the Observer, too.
This is kind of a blast from the past as well. I mean, Axslav is prioritizing, +1 armor off of a very early forge. So making sure, I mean, there used to be an old tip that went around that was basically, Zealots were basically unstoppable. Oh, wow, the Stalker just barely gets away. Were basically unstoppable because they had their army. Then you had Guardian Shield, which protected them against ranged units. Then you gave them +1 armor on top of that. Marines were only doing 2 damage, so...
Well, it really, really does a good job of kind of cutting the damage from those early Marines, for sure. So, not surprising at all to see Axslav do that. We still do see players do that every once in a while here, and it looks like Axslav might be thinking about starting to work on those rocks. Possibly, we'll see. But, there was a Marine in position. He's like, I'm getting out of here. But at least I saw the Zealot. So he knows.
No real surprises as far as tech goes, though.
Not really, no.
Axslav has a pretty good amount of immortals. His third is actually just about to pop up right now.
Yeah.
And there's a probe trying to make his way down to put down a pylon. Unfortunately, that is not going to be the case.
No. All right, that Zealot. Will he get a Marine? He does. Ooh, he cut it right in half.
No kidding.
How graphic.
Shows you the strength of that +1 armor, though. That Zealot was able to stand in there and take so many shots. And, wow! Survival Stalker is surviving. Gets away with just 4 hit points.
It's not the Bear Grylls Stalker. That's more the Les Stroud Stalker, because he's actually practicing good survival techniques.
His own.
Well, that too. That too as well. That Stalker. Oh, maybe it is Bear Grylls Stalker after all. He parkoured his way right into that Marine's Gauss rifle.
Yeah, lost my Stalker with a ton of units around. Better shrink. Yeah, okay. So
exactly.
Up at the front here, though, that bunker is proving to be a little bit useful. He can start to go through these rocks. Well, look at that! How often did you see this on Jungle Basin when it was actually in the tournament scene? Someone taking out their own destructible rocks so they could take a third on the left-hand side.
I could see it, but he's going to need those units at home, man. That's a strong force from Axslav. The bunker coming in handy for Select right there.
Yeah, and but there is an opening on the right-hand side, so we'll see if Axslav wants to continue with this or what he's going to do. I believe the Marine did see the pylon. Yes, it did, so Axslav is going to make his way through the few more units and continue to bust down those destructible rocks.
Here's the thing, too. He made a Warp Prism that he's going to send down as well, so he doesn't necessarily need the pylons quite as much. He's got a mobile pylon in that Warp Prism as long as he keeps it safe. And now he's continuing to help Select break down those rocks with a nice guy, and then he's going to move in and probably try to do some not-so-nice things to his Terran opponent.
No, not at all.
And here we go. 3 Immortals in the mix as well. Does Select have what it's going to take to defend this?
Oh, wow. Already pretty good force fields there, preventing a lot of units making their way out from Axslav. A lot of mining denied over here at this natural. And Select, is he going to pull SCVs, or is he going to charge straight into the force field that will inevitably come up? No. Lifts off the orbital command, starts to fly it back home, going to make his defense up here at the top. Really, though, with just a... Prism dropping inside of the main, pulling units back, but it doesn't buy enough time for Axslav to run up the ramp himself.
Yeah, this is great for Axslav, though, right now, being able to deny that natural expansion. And he's going to actually be able to walk right up into the main if he wants to. Oh, he actually could have just jogged right up there, man. I mean, the units were pretty out of position here. As it is, if he catches Select coming down the ramp, he could force field the army in half.
Yeah.
And Select trying to bait those force fields out. Oop.
Well, he did. Well, there's one of them. All right, so Axslav's now producing pretty good amount of Colossi.
More Prism coming in again from the top side of the base. There it is, dropping off another Zealot or 2. Oh, picks him up right again, though.
Yeah, and let's see if Axslav wants... No, I'm sorry, if Select wants to pursue, he does not. The base is going up to the top right-hand corner, though I do not believe that Axslav has picked up on that yet, but I'm sure he'll check those... the longer he contains this, the more apt he'll be to check continual bases. He himself is actually expanding to his third.
That's a little bit more normal of a third base for this map. That's one a lot of people chose to take. And the force fields, how many units is he going to trap? And he's trapped quite a few here. Select, is he going to use his medevacs to try to pick those up? No, it doesn't look like it.
No.
Not the best control, I got to say, from Axslav, letting one of those Stalkers get up there, or Immortals rather, get up there and get taken out. But overall, still doing okay. Oh, nice drop in this natural, though. Going to kill a couple Stalkers here as well.
Yeah, it looks like he will, but he's going to lose pretty much everything here. Not going to be able to get the Colossus in return either. He does force back this army at the front, though. Axslav, if he can get just a little bit farther away, he can drop down force field, and indeed he does. And Axslav now going to have to back home as his third comes up. SeleCT actually starting to mine off of this right-hand side.
Yeah, supply-wise, a very even game right now. Axslav with a little bit of a bonus here. Nice job trapping a lot of units right there.
Now, in contrast to the last engagement, that was a good engagement, and he was able to trap a lot of units up at the top. Takes out a medevac as well. So
slightly better.
Supplies favoring Axslav at the moment. SeleCT, of course, starting to mine. Oh, no! Just missed the mineral patches. Hopefully, he'll check that here in a second.
I hate it when that happens. He's going to look back later on and be like, oh, no. He's like, why are my minerals so low? Okay, there we go.
Yep.
Now he's got all those SCVs there. And in fact, he transferred so many SCVs there, I think he just kind of cleared out his natural to keep them safe as well, is what it looked like.
Yes, he did. So let's see here now. He actually has 53 workers to his opponent's 63.
Right.
Oh, now there's two Colossi with this, and this medevac energy goes so low. These units are just not healed up yet. There's another stim from SeleCT. Pretty good force fields, cutting a couple of units in half, but now working against him as those Zealots are trapped behind the force field, but the Colossi are just dealing too much damage. A 40 supply deficit now for SeleCT.
Yeah, SeleCT's in a hard place right now. He just was not able to get that Viking production going as soon as he really needed to, and that lack of Vikings is really allowing Axslav to kind of push his opponent around the map right now. The game's not over yet, but it's looking really, really tough for SeleCT right now. Axslav, is he going to finally push into the main?
We'll find out. So it looks like he's trying to make his way up there. He's got those Blink Stalkers behind as well for positioning if he needs it, but already cutting those units in half. So many bio units have died. All the SCVs have gone down. There's the GG.